Please welcome to the stage your host for the evening, the Secretary General of Europa Nostra, Snežka Kvadlich-Mihajlović.
Guten Abend, Herr Bundespräsident, Exzellenzen.
Award laureates, dear colleagues and friends, a very warm welcome to the European Heritage Award Ceremony 2018. Bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des prix européens du patrimoine culturel 2018. Herzlich willkommen zur Verleihung des Europäischen Kulturerbepreises 2018. The European Heritage Award ceremony takes place each year in a different European city. Last year, we had an unforgettable evening in St. Michael's Church in Turku, the historic capital of Finland. And tonight, we are delighted to be in Berlin for one of the highlights of the first ever European Cultural Heritage Summit and of the entire European Year of Cultural Heritage. First, we want to thank our partner, the European Union Youth Orchestra, for their performance of the German and European anthems. But of course, this evening of celebration would not have been possible without the teamwork of so many professionals and volunteers and the support of so many partners and sponsors. And among them, a very special mention for the important support of the Federal Government Commissioner for Culture and the Media and the Senate Department for Culture and Europe of Berlin. Deserves an applause. We are also especially grateful for the vital support from Germany led by Deutsches Nationalkomitee für Denkmalschutz and Stiftung Preußischer Kulturbesitz, two heritage organizations who, together with Europa Nostra, are the co-hosts of our European Cultural Heritage Summit in Berlin. We are truly honored to welcome His Excellency, Mr. Frank-Walter Steinmeier, the Federal President of Germany. President Steinmeier is also the patron of the European Year of Cultural Heritage in Germany. And this demonstrates his great dedication to advancing European ideals through our shared cultural heritage. Mr. Federal President, may I invite you to take the floor.
Verehrter Herr Kommissar
Mr. Navracic, Plácido Domingo, Excellencies, members of the European and the German Parliament, the Berlin Parliament, ministers, representatives of the European Union, of the Federation and the Federal States, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests. European cultural heritage. For modern ears, this may sound like looking backwards, it may sound boring. It's about bad air in museums, heaps of old stones, and learning so much about numbers and rulers. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure this event will certainly show that what our cultural heritage about is a good future for Europe and Europeans. We've really perceived that in the last month. Europe has to rediscover its own strength. Europe needs to know and find out what it wants, what it can do. It needs to know its own capabilities and strength, and it needs to regain confidence. It needs to increase its cohesion and take its political future into its own hands. And if we want to rediscover the values that Europe represents, the values of our community, then we need the cultural heritage of Europe, which can be a source of inspiration and power for the future. This is possible because it has happened so many times that crises brought about new things in Europe. We've rediscovered our strengths and capabilities so many times, and often new forms of political organizations and of social cohesion were born out of crises. They were often inspired by old sources of, be it Christian tradition, antique philosophy, Roman law. This common heritage has so often inspired it and has given us guidelines and orientation. This becomes particularly obvious in art. The Roman period in the Rhine and the Burgundy area wouldn't have been possible without the ancient Romans. Gothic period in the 12th century would not have been possible without the Romans that came before them. And European Baroque from Portugal to Lithuania borrows from the antique period. And also, may I add, from the Muslim heritage in Spain. So we've often learned from and been inspired from the past, but still new things are created time and again in music, in literature, and in arts in Europe. So, ladies and gentlemen, Europe is a continent of constant change and renewal, not even though, but because it is also a continent of remembering our past. In Europe, we focus on human beings. So the question, what are human beings? What can they believe in? What can they know? What can they hope for? And how should people live together? So humanity, this is what Europe and European culture strives for. And it is a continuous search. So often we've lost our humanity, and that led to horrendous crimes. We know that the Europe of temples and cathedrals is also in the Europe of concentration camps. This is a very German contribution to European history. European history will comfort us, but it also admonishes us at all times. We know that Goethe is part of our German cultural heritage. And we believe that we all know all these quotes, but sometimes they give us a new perspective. Even though we take these quotes out of context, and they have been taken out of context so many times. And you all know from Faust, what you received from your fathers, take it and make it yours. So if we apply this to our cultural heritage, then this quote from Faust can give us a true guideline for cultural policy. So take it. That means understand what you have before you, what's in your hands, and understand how valuable it is. You received it. by chance. Just try to imagine how that what you would have in your hands came about. Put it into context and try to understand the history. It is a colorful history. It is a surprising history. And it may be a cruel history, but often it is also a proud history. The history of any church, any castle, any park, any abbey, any barracks, any bridge, any marketplace, any tower, any railway station, and any grand hotel in Europe. So take it doesn't mean that it is right there and it's easy, but it's rather, you're rather encouraged to take on a responsibility for your heritage as well. Because our heritage really contributed to the identity of our continent. If we want to use history in a constructive way for our future, then we need to preserve our heritage. We need constructive protection of heritage. And ladies and gentlemen, that is very modern. Protecting our cultural heritage, and this is what I've been trying to tell you, is creative work. And it concerned our identity and our future. So, cultural heritage is not boring, quite the contrary. It tells exciting stories about the past, but also about our present and why we are the way we are. It incites curiosity. We want to know what our future is going to look like. And it also leaves us a responsibility for our children and grandchildren. We have to leave them a good heritage, and I hope that a good Europe will be part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Federal President. We hope that you will help us convince all European leaders to follow your example and put cultural heritage firmly at the heart of the European project. Our next speaker is a convincing advocate of the power of culture for the future of Europe. He is one of the leading ambassadors of the European Year of Cultural Heritage, and he is our committed partner and friend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Tibor Navracsics, European Commissioner for Education, Culture, Youth and Sport.
President Steinmeier, Maestro, Ministers, honorable members of Parliament, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a great pleasure for me to be here for the EU Prize for Cultural Heritage Europa Nostra Awards in this most special year, the European Year of Cultural Heritage. Culture and cultural heritage are at the top of the European political agenda, where they deserve to be. This is something all of us here should take pride in. And I would like to thank Europa Nostra for their considerable efforts in organizing this event and choosing the winners. Thanks also to the German Cultural Heritage Committee and Prussian Cultural Heritage Foundation, the co-organizers of the summit, who made it possible for this event to take place in this magnificent setting. I have the honor of hosting this ceremony for the 4th year in a row, together with Maestro Placido Domingo, Maestro, thank you for putting your enthusiasm, commitment at the service of European cultural heritage. The winners, whose work we will recognize here tonight, fully deserve to be celebrated. Through their outstanding creativity and quality, their projects embody the key aims of the European Year of Cultural Heritage. They show us new and innovative ways to preserve and protect cultural heritage. They highlight how cultural heritage can drive economic and social development. And they enable people to feel part of a common European experience, a community of communities that makes up this fascinating, complex continent. These efforts represent the best and the most inspiring examples of working with European cultural heritage today. I congratulate all the winners and wish them best of luck for all of their future projects. Ladies and gentlemen, this year is a truly remarkable moment for cultural heritage and for those receiving the prizes. We are halfway through the European Year of Cultural Heritage. It is clear to see that this year has really captured people's imagination across Europe and beyond. There's a broad consensus that cultural heritage is one of our most precious assets. It is about much more than the past. Cultural heritage has a vital role to play in building the future. That is why we need to place it at the center of our daily lives. This is the key aim of the European Year, and one of which the winners we are celebrating tonight have taken to heart. The year is very much a shared endeavor. Our achievements are only possible because of the resounding commitment of member states and the national coordinators of the year, regional, local authorities, and EU institutions. I'm delighted to see representatives of the European Parliament here tonight, as well as members of the Committee of the Regions and the European Economic and Social Committee. Additionally, 37 partner organizations are working with the Commission to make the year a success, including UNESCO, the Council of Europe, and the International Council on Monuments and Sites. The European Year of Cultural Heritage is an excellent moment to celebrate, but it also gives us a unique opportunity to create something for the long term. This includes quality standards for restoring heritage and sustainable cultural tourism, as well as new inputs for research, innovation, and skills for cultural heritage. This is what the 10 European initiatives of the European Year are about, focusing on 4 key aspects: engagement, sustainability, protection, and innovation. We are looking to guarantee the legacy of the year through the new European Agenda for Culture, which I presented a month ago. One initiative at its heart is a European Action Plan for Cultural Heritage, which I will table towards the end of this year. I welcome the Berlin Call presented this afternoon. It is a major step in the direction of a new forward-looking policy for Europe's future, building on the greatest asset that we have, our cultural heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, Europe is going through challenging times. Our societies and economies are grappling with deep structural changes. Culture and cultural heritage can be the glue that keeps our communities together by helping us get to know and accept each other in all our diversity and with all that we have in common. Let us make sure together that we make the most of this wonderful potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Navracic. Today, as you know, Europe needs political leaders with strong commitment for our shared cultural heritage. Now is the time to invite our distinguished award winners to join me here on stage. And while they'll, please just join me here on stage, and while they are coming and taking their seats, I would like to invite you, the audience, to watch an inspiring message from the EU's major research and innovation program, Horizon 2020, which invests over 500 million euro on research and innovation in cultural heritage. So, video, please.
I was born a blank page. The work and art of generations have shaped my life. You all taught me, accompanying every move I have made. My European heritage, knowledge, experience, and creative genius, piquing my curiosity. Innovation drives my present, from my past to my future. What I believe, what I decide, what I do, what I cherish. One day, this will be the past for future generations. I am the past. I am the future. I am a European.
Welcome, dear laureates, on stage. It is really wonderful that across Europe, hundreds of organizations have been working very hard on thousands of activities for this European Year of Cultural Heritage. But we have also to look beyond 2018. And we must all join forces to unleash the power of our shared heritage for the future of Europe. And together with our summit partners, DNK and SPK, and many others, we have therefore launched this afternoon the Berlin Call to Action. We invite you all to sign it and to encourage others to sign it. And if we start connecting all the dots, if we bring together all our European knowledge and initiatives in the field of cultural heritage, if we start really sharing heritage and sharing values across Europe and across disciplines, across borders, the sky is the limit. But this brings us to the heritage champions whose power of example we celebrate tonight. The winners of the European Union Prize for Cultural Heritage, Europa Nostra Awards 2018. And in this European Year of Cultural Heritage, the juries have put special emphasis on the European added value of our award winners. And we want to thank especially all eminent members of our juries for their hard work as committed volunteers. Now, this is how it works. We will introduce each of the 4 award categories with a video clip, followed by the presentation of the awards. At the end of the ceremony, we will reveal who among all those fantastic winners has also received one of our 7 Grand Prix. And we will also announce the winner of our Public Choice Award. So let's begin. We will start with the awards in the category Education, Training and Awareness Trainings in the field of heritage. And the selection of the awards was made by a European jury of experts chaired by Goran Kahorjan from Croatia, who will present the awards. Please start the first video clip in this category.
This project showed how the human experience of migration is relevant to both current and past generations. It used traditional communication methods to revive the links between the Belgian province of Limburg and Italy. Theatre performer Yves Gillis hand-delivered letters from Belgium to Italy in a typically Italian Piaggio Ape. Award winner Yves Postino, Belgium and Italy Connected by Letters, Belgium. This museum was opened in 2015 on the 300th anniversary of the Knights Tournament of the city of Sinj, Croatia. The famous event takes place every August and is inscribed on the UNESCO list of intangible heritage. Visitors now have the opportunity to engage with the tradition all year round. Award winner, the Alka of Sinj Museum, Croatia. The Culture Leap project increases the number of heritage programs in schools and ensures that children and young people get the chance to experience their cultural heritage. A free online tool in Finnish, Swedish and English gives municipalities the possibility to create a cultural education plan based on their local heritage. Award winner, Culture Leap Educational Programme, Finland. Each year, the National Institute of Cultural Heritage places students of heritage conservation in field schools. The students gain valuable professional and practical experience, while heritage sites benefit from their preliminary studies, restoration work and preventive conservation measures. Award winner, National Institute of Cultural Heritage Educational and Training Programme for Conservators, France.
Gentlemen, a warm applause for the first 4 winners from the category Education. The first winner comes from Belgium. From Belgium we go to Croatia. From Croatia we go to Finland. And finally from Finland we go to France. So, very well welcome for the first 4 winners from the category Education, Training and Awareness Raising. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. You can go back to your seat and we will start the second video in this category.
This campaign by the Incontro di Civiltà Association is a call to action against the deliberate destruction of cultural heritage. The campaign included a documentary, awareness-raising exhibitions, an international conference, and the restoration and repatriation of 2 damaged busts from Palmyra. Award winner, the Rising from Destruction campaign, Italy. Imago Mundi Association, a small non-profit organization, has coordinated open monuments since 1997. The annual event is now supported by 18,000 volunteers and 800 cultural sites, which are open to the public for free. 200 schools also participate in the promotion of small and large, little-known and popular heritage sites. Award winner, Open Monuments, Italy. Children build castles, windmills, churches and even their own houses using the Minecraft server of science center GeoFort. Using over 1 trillion Minecraft blocks, a sort of digital Lego, the whole of the Netherlands has been digitally constructed. Over 30,000 children are part of the GeoCraft NL community. Award winner, GeoCraft NL, Minecraft Heritage Project by GeoFort, the Netherlands. Oje Plečnik was the most important Slovenian architect of the 20th century and shaped the appearance of modern Ljubljana. His former residence, Plečnik House, includes a new museum and a research center and has become, since its reopening in 2015, one of the capital's top tourist sites. Award winner, Plečnik House, Slovenia.
The first winner comes from Italy. The Rising for Destruction campaign. And then we remain in Italy for another winner. And from Italy we go to the Netherlands. And finally from the Netherlands we go to Slovenia. And now, for the 4 winners in the category Education, Training and Awareness. Congratulations to you all. Some pictures, yes, okay. Thank you. Now, the awards in the category Dedicated Service to Heritage honor individuals and organizations for their long-standing commitment to cultural heritage in Europe. The selection was made by a European jury of experts chaired by Álvaro Santa Cruz from Spain, who will present the awards. Start the video clip, please.
Since 2010, this campaign has preserved and promoted the tangible and intangible cultural heritage of Bulgaria. The activities include the organisation of tours and events, creating publications and exhibitions, as well as campaigning for the international recognition of Bulgarian heritage. Award winner, The Wonders of Bulgaria Campaigners, Bulgaria. For many years, Stefan Bern has been an enormously popular communicator of French and European history and heritage. He has also restored the Royal Military College of Tiran-Gardais in Le Perche and has been entrusted by President Emmanuel Macron with identifying endangered rural heritage sites in France and proposing viable ways of saving them. Award winner, Mr. Stefan Bern, France. This association has coordinated the safeguarding and restoration of Venetian monuments, historical artifacts and archives since 1987. They facilitate communication among the members and represent them in relations with third parties. Award winner, Association of the International Private Committees for the Safeguarding of Venice, Italy. For the past 100 years, the Hendrik de Keyser Association has preserved Dutch monumental buildings as well as simple houses of historic and architectural value. The association has acquired over 400 properties and goes to great lengths to research and restore them. Award winner, the Hendrik de Keyser Association, the Netherlands. The Norwegian Museum Director Tone Sinding Steinsvik and her late husband Kjell Rasmus Steinsvik have saved, restored, rebuilt and successfully promoted the Blof Harfafakya industrial complex in Buskerud, Norway for the past 50 years. These former cobalt mines have been transformed into a national treasure. Award winner Mrs. Tone Sinding Steinsvik, Norway. The mountains of the Caldera de Taburienta belong to a local community of over 1,500 stakeholders. The private water owners of the Heredamiento de las Haciendas of Argual and Tazacorte trace their heritage back to 1502. The group protects the ecosystem and highlights that water is a precious resource. Award winner, private water owners of Argual and Tazacorte, Canary Islands, Spain.
So, the first winner comes from Bulgaria. And can I please ask all the winners and the chair of juries to the photographer. There is a photographer who is there waving. He wants to take a very good pictures with all of you. So please make sure that we have very good pictures of all of you. So from Bulgaria, we go to France. Stefan. Et au milieu, mettez-vous un peu plus au milieu. Voilà, 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 voilà. And from France, we go to Italy. They have to be in the middle for the picture. And the photographer. From Italy, we go to the Netherlands. And from the Netherlands, we go to Norway. And finally, we go from Norway to Spain, all the way to the Canary Islands. So congratulations to all 6 award winners in the category Dedicated Service to Cultural Heritage. Now, after we have given out half of our awards, time for some very special intermezzo. At the beginning of this year, our president, Maestro Plácido Domingo, challenged citizens across Europe and beyond to record their version of the European anthem, Beethoven's Ode to Joy, and to record it at a heritage location that matters to them. The first results of this challenge were shared on social media on the 9th of May, Europe Day. We received more than 100 contributions from all over Europe, and every day new ones are coming in. And the challenge continues until the 9th of May 2019. So we hope that everyone will join in. But we have now made 2 video clips to share some of the contributions with you tonight. And let's watch now the first one of those video clips. Please start.
Bela e celeste alegria, centelha da divindade, bebemos em cada dia toda a tua santidade.
ciel d'Europe, la belle histoire des travailleurs, les sauver c'est du bonheur.
I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope it gave you some ideas. And you can see you don't all need to sing like our president, so you can perform it in very, very different ways, and please just do something creative. So, our next category honors exemplary research projects related to cultural heritage. And the selection of the laureates was made by a European jury of experts chaired by Etienne Poncelet from France, who will present the awards. Please start the video clip.
Five institutions based in France, Italy and Poland came together to share their resources and establish an effective method to conserve the heritage of Europe's historic houses. They also developed a new approach to the public presentation of European historic houses and their collections. Award winner, EPICO, European Protocol in Preventive Conservation, coordinated in Versailles, France. This ambitious research project investigated the history of Georgian textiles, resurrected forgotten craft techniques, and transmitted knowledge of these techniques to contemporary society. The thorough study has revealed the close cultural connections between Georgians and the wider region of the Caucasus. Award winner, Textile from Georgia, Tbilisi, Georgia. CultLab 3D is the first automated 3D mass digitization pipeline for cultural heritage artifacts in the world. The technology significantly shortens the time of object digitization from several hours to mere minutes per artifact and produces high-quality results. Award winner, CultLab 3D. Automated scanning technology for 3D digitization, Darmstadt, Germany. The State Art Collection was symbolically founded in 1929 with the proclamation of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. It reflects Yugoslav and European ideals and featured Europe's and Yugoslavia's most notable artists. This project has researched and catalogued the collection in detail and opened it up to a new audience. Award winner, Research and Cataloguing of the State Art Collection, Belgrade, Serbia.
So, the first winner comes from France. From France, we go to Georgia. From Georgia, we go to Germany. And from Germany, we go to Serbia. And now, for all winners in category research, and all-round applause. Congratulations. Thank you. In our last category of awards, we will award 12 outstanding conservation projects from all around Europe. The jury of this category was chaired by Professor Koen van Balen from Belgium, and he will present the awards. Please start the first video in this category.
This ambitious project restored the surviving nave of a Romanesque rotunda. The remains, discovered inside a building of Charles University, are from the 11th century and reveal the origins of the city of Prague. The restoration work minimizes any visible interventions. Award winner, St. Wenceslas Rotunda, Prague, Czech Republic. The mission house of Danish Christian missionary Paul Ehre was in service until 1880 and is one of the oldest structures of this kind in Greenland. This project sought to carefully restore the building using original materials, all while maintaining its unique qualities and atmosphere. Award winner, Paul Ehre Mission House, Illimanak, Greenland, Denmark. Dr. Barnes Sanatorium is one of the most significant Art Nouveau buildings in Germany. This comprehensive project ensured the careful repair of the original building fabric, removed inappropriate repairs and interventions, and reinstated the visual integrity of individual rooms and building elements. Award winner, Dr. Barnes Sanatorium, Braunlager, Harz, Germany. This project revitalized a forgotten vineyard which was used to grow grapes, fruits and vegetables for the royal court within the UNESCO World Heritage Palaces and Parks of Potsdam. It's an excellent model of a grassroots initiative, with the bulk of its financing coming from crowdfunding. Award winner, the Winzerberg Royal Vineyard at Potsdam Sanssouci, Germany. Hagia Kyriaki is a Byzantine church with a unique series of wall paintings dating to the 8th or 9th century, during one of the two periods of iconoclasm. The church is located in a secluded rural area and was neglected for years. This project is an outstanding example of cooperation across state boundaries in Europe. Award winner, Byzantine Church of Hagia Kyriaki, Naxos, Greece. In 1995, the mosaic of the Transfiguration in the Basilica of St. Catherine's Monastery at Mount Sinai suffered serious damage from an earthquake. The mosaic has been cleaned, consolidated and restored in situ thanks to a multidisciplinary collaboration. Award winner, Collaborative Conservation of the Apsa Mosaic of the Transfiguration in the Basilica at St. Catherine's Monastery, Sinai, Egypt, Greece, Italy.
So first we go to the Czech Republic. And from the Czech Republic we go to Denmark all the way to Greenland. And from Greenland to Germany. And then we stay in Germany. From Germany, we go to Greece. And Greece was also involved in the next twinning project together with Italy and Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, now a warm round of applause for the first group of 6 winners in the category conservation. Congratulations to you all. And now please start the second video in this category.
The Botanical Garden of the National Palace of Kellush was destroyed in 1984 by a catastrophic flood. Now the 18th century garden has been reinstated, including the reconstruction of 4 glass houses and the restoration of painted tiles, the ornamental fountain and the surrounding statues. Award winner, the Botanical Garden of the National Palace of Kellush, Sintra, Portugal. In May 2014, floods caused extensive damage to the Pavilion of Prince Miloš. The charming building, constructed in 1907, is one of the oldest mineral water sources in Serbia and was the first bottling plant in the country. The building and the decorative elements were restored with original materials. Award winner, the Pavilion of Prince Miloš at the Bukovička Spa, Aranđelovac, Serbia. The project Centuries of Bač was founded in 2006 to increase knowledge about the town of Bač and to implement key conservation principles in its preservation. The conservation and rehabilitation of the listed 14th century Bač fortress was a central part of this project. Award winner, the Bač Fortress, Bač, Serbia. Having suffered damage due to the effects of weather and aging, the facade of San Ildefonso College was in need of conservation. The conservators repaired damage and implemented preventive measures. Patina analysis informed the work. The facade has been returned to its former splendor. Award winner, Facade of San Ildefonso College, Alcalá de Henares, Spain. An extensive collaboration between international partners has ensured the restoration and exhibition of 32 of Joaquín Sorolla's life sketches of Spain. The complex Japanese Soko technique was employed by the conservators to consolidate the fragile works on paper. Award winner, Sorolla's sketches for Vision of Spain, Valencia, Spain. This school was closed in 1980 and soon suffered the effects of neglect. Authentic materials and techniques were employed in its restoration. The history of the building was researched and attention was given to architectural additions. The school is now once again in use for pupils at kindergarten and primary school age. Europa Nostra Award winner, Zografion, Greek School, Istanbul, Turkey.
So we start in Portugal. And from Portugal, we go to Serbia. And then we stay in Serbia. And from Serbia, we go to Spain. And then we stay in Spain. And finally, from Spain, we go to Turkey for the winner of the Europa Nostra Award. Congratulations to the second group of 6 winners in the category Conservation. So now we have given out all of our awards and we are getting ready for the announcement of the Grand Prix and the Public Choice Award. But first, let us watch another selection of creative contribution to our Ode to Joy challenge. Video, please. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is now an immense honor and joy to announce the man who is an ode to joy all by himself, Maestro Plácido Domingo. He's a cultural icon who is admired by the whole world, but he is also a true European who we are very proud is the president of Europa Nostra. Last night, here in Berlin, he was performing as singer in Verdi's Macbeth, and tomorrow morning, he will be rehearsing as conductor Wagner's Die Walküre in Bayreuth. But tonight, he is with us. Mr. President and Maestro, the stage is yours.
Mr. Federal President, Mr. European Commissioner, Excellencies, distinguished award laureates, dear friends. What an honor and what a joy for me to be with you for this evening of celebration. In a glimpse of time, we have made a fascinating journey through Europe, from Greenland to the island of Naxos, from Georgia to Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, in my country, in Spain, from Prague to Venice, from Serbia to the Netherlands, to name just a few stations on this beautiful Grand Tour d'Europe. We have even crossed the Mare Nostrum all the way to Santa Catherine's Monastery in Sinai. We have heard so many love stories between people and their heritage. We have admired the talent, knowledge, hard work, and dedication of so many individuals, associations, foundations, business, cities, regions, and governments. Dear award laureates, on behalf of the whole of Europe, I salute you. Thank you for being the guardian angels of our heritage, the guardian angels of the spirit and the soul of Europe. This evening is the crowning of a full week of events which have taken place all over Berlin as part of our first European Cultural Heritage Summit. I am truly impressed by the variety and creativity of this program and by such a large number of partners and participants, young and less young also. I am glad to hear that you have even been making music and dancing in a museum. I'm sorry I missed that. And that you will be having tomorrow a picnic with a concert in the World Heritage Site of Potsdam. Let us build in the future many, many more creative interactions between heritage and music and other forms of art. Maybe you can even do it in post, but a version of the. Let's do it. This European Cultural Heritage Summit provides a perfect occasion for a forceful call to action to make a cultural heritage a stronger priority for Europe. As president of Europa Nostra and as an artist, I am proud to be among the first to sign our Berlin call to action. I now invite all of you to support it, to sign it, and to share it with others in Europe. Indeed, time for action is now and together. In this historic European Year of Cultural Heritage, let us celebrate and share the joy and beauty of living together on this continent of culture. Europe indeed stands for joy, not for fear. That is why Europa Nostra and I launched the Ode to Joy Challenge. We were delighted to get such an enthusiastic initial response in all parts of Europe. We very much hope that many other contributions will follow. Perhaps, as I said before, some of you will also participate, and I think it's, do you see how many different versions there were? I mean, it opens doors to really let go the imagination, and I think we should involve very much the children. I think we should have some of these examples in the Facebook, so that people really give us more and more ideas. The Ode to Joy Challenge is just one of the many creative initiatives that were born during this historic European Year of Cultural Heritage. Let me mention another one which is particularly dear to my heart, the initiative launched by our partner organization, the German Cultural Heritage Committee. They have invited the whole of Europe to participate in the Ringing the Bells for Peace initiative on 21st September, the International Day of Peace. I very much hope that on that day, at the same time, the entire Europe will assist to a very special concert without frontiers. The concert of a powerful orchestra of bells ringing for peace in Europe and elsewhere in the world. Dear friends, in this year, when we commemorate not only the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War, but also the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, let us indeed not forget that Europe is first and foremost a peace project. And in this year, when we celebrate the European Year of Cultural Heritage, let us also raise a much stronger public awareness of Europe being a cultural project which is enriching for us all. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, Europa Nostra is so proud of its vital partnership with the European Union. However, our organization could not exist without the dedication and generosity of so many volunteers. On this evening of celebration, Europa Nostra therefore wishes to pay tribute to 3 outstanding volunteers who come from 3 European countries with outstanding traditions in conservation of heritage: Germany, the United Kingdom, and France. Please, let us welcome to the stage Alexander Fürst du Wittgenstein from Germany, John Sell from the United Kingdom, and Denis de Kergolay from France. It is my great honor to present 3 Europa Nostra Medals of Honor, the highest distinction which our organization gives to its most deserving members. The first Medal of Honor goes to Alexander Fürst Susanne Wittgenstein, who has been a most active Vice President of Europa Nostra. This medal honors, I quote, his major contribution to raising the public profile and reputation of Europa Nostra through his outstanding knowledge and experience in heritage conservation, combined with his long-term commitment and loyalty to our organization. Dear Alexander, congratulations and many thanks.
Herr Bundespräsident,
Mr. Federal President, Commissioner, Excellencies, dear Europa Nostra family, sharing is caring for heritage. Only by cooperating with all of you over the past 3 decades have I been able to achieve what I have achieved and what I am being honored for today in such a generous way. The cooperation with Europa Nostra at the Den Haag headquarters, but also the cooperation with the big heritage organizations here in Germany, which are all members of Europa Nostra, in particular the German Castles Association, which I served for 27 years as a president, and the German Cultural Heritage Foundation, the Bund Heimat und Umwelt, which is a founding member of Europa Nostra, and the Castles and Palaces Foundation and Gardens in Germany. These are great organizations, but Europa Nostra does not only consist of organizations, but also of individuals, wonderful individuals. And by way of example, I should like to mention my family, my dear wife, and my children and grandchildren. They are all with me today. Not all of them, but many of them have come with me tonight. What I have inherited from my fathers, Mr. President, was a ruin in Zain because it was destroyed in the war. Our castle was destroyed in the war. And with the help and support of my family and many others, I have turned it into a cultural jewel that I can now pass on to my children and grandchildren in the future. So what I have received here tonight belongs to a large part to all of you, the big Europa Nostra family, but I am the one who receives it and takes it home with a lot of gratitude and pride. Thank you very much.
The second Medal of Honor goes to John Sell who has been active in Europa Nostra for more than 20 years and was, during the last 9 years, the most effective executive vice president of Europa Nostra. The medal honors, I quote, his outstanding and generous personal contribution to the development of Europa Nostra through his vast experience as conservation architect and heritage activist, combined with his unwavering and resolute conviction in European values. Dear John, a very warm congratulations.
Well, what a wonderful honor. Thank you all so much. It means a huge amount to me, and it matters a huge amount because Europa Nostra means and matters a lot. Europa Nostra stands at the heart of what it should mean to be European. Shared values of decency, tolerance, and respect for the rights of others. A shared culture which stretches from the Arctic Ocean to the warm seas of the Mediterranean, from that wild Atlantic shore we saw in Ireland to the Ural Mountains. Of course, those values are universal, and of course, other parts of the world have vibrant and fascinating cultures and traditions. But it is by defending those values, by respecting and valuing other cultures, by caring for and sharing our common culture and cultural heritage that we can and should bring all the people who live in Europe ever more closely together. We've heard a lot today about the need to be optimistic. This is not an easy thing just at the moment, but whenever I hear that wonderful anthem, the Ode to Joy, my spirit soars. Thank you.
The third Medal of Honor goes to Denis de Kergolay, who has been leading Europa Nostra as executive president for the last 9 years. For his inspiring leadership of Europa Nostra, his strategic vision, his diplomatic talents, his generosity and his wisdom, which have contributed to a stronger unity and outreach of our European movement in favor of cultural heritage. Dear Denis, a very warm congratulations.
Monsieur le Président.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Federal President, Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I should like to speak French because, of course, within Europa Nostra we have other languages that we speak and I got accustomed to that. But here I should like to speak French. I got in touch with Europa Nostra in the year 2002, and it has given so much to me, and I'll never leave it. Thanks to Europa Nostra, I learned what we have. Have you seen those images? This tells you everything. We have such diverse culture. It's not just about castles or old stones. It's about people, many people who are involved in all this. And it's also something very popular, something that's very close to the hearts and minds of people. So this popular part of our heritage is also important, and our president embodies culture. Cultural heritage is more than just stones and masonry, it's more. Thanks to our good relations with the European Union, we have been able for many years to award prizes for wonderful initiatives. Thus, we have been able to honor the commitment of many people, and we were able to reward them for the know-how that they made available to us. I learned all this thanks to Europa Nostra. And furthermore, we are Europe. We are inextricably linked in Europe, and we are inextricably linked with the cultural heritage of Europe. My declaration of love in Dubrovnik was as follows. It's so extraordinary that there are representatives from all European countries with their cultural diversity to come together at these events. And I very much regret the fact that I do not speak so many European languages. There are many Europeans who speak several European languages, and that makes it easier to get to know one another. Europa Nostra is really an extraordinary organization, and I am very happy to have been able to be part of that organization. At the beginning, we were looked at with some magnanimity and a bit standoffish. People looked at us with some sympathy, but now we are talking eye to eye and on a par with the institutions at the European level. And in conclusion, let me point out that I've never seen a get-together of Europa Nostra with so many fellow French citizens. Because in France, Europa Nostra had a difficult start. But now we can say that progress has been made, because many people from France are here tonight, and they will make sure that France will not relinquish in its involvement in this organization. Our French President of State has a European project. He wants to refound Europe on the basis of its culture. And he does, or he wants to do, what we have been doing for many years already. And this is one more reason to get in touch with politics and to engage with the world of politics. I am indeed very happy about what is going on here. And I am also delighted to see that this organization has brought on board so many young people who are also respected by the policymakers, and they will make it possible for us to turn Europa Nostra into an efficient tool, into a peace machine, as it were. And I wish you all the best of success in this endeavor.
Maestro, I would like to ask you to stay at stage, because now we need you. We also would like to invite Commissioner Navracic to join us on stage, because the time has come to unveil who will win the 7 Grand Prix and the Public Choice Award 2018. So, can I have the envelopes, please? These 7 envelopes. These 7 envelopes contain the names of the winners of this year's Grand Prix Awards. Each Grand Prix is accompanied by a check for 10,000 euro. And now, who of these exceptional heritage achievements and dedicated individuals will win a Grand Prix? And to keep the suspense, the 7 Grand Prix winners will be announced in a random order. So, let me see to whom I'm going to give the first one. Now, Commissioner Navracsics, the first Grand Prix goes to...
So this year, the first Grand Prix goes to... Actually, it's on the screen. Byzantine Church of Hagia Kyriaki, Naxos, Greece.
We have to open a small, a quick.
When they make a mistake.
Please, would you like to say a few words?
Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, je suis...
President, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased and very honored to have received this Grand Prix. Thanks to all of those involved in the organization of this wonderful event. Thank you very much. And I would also like to express my joy for having received this award for 2 reasons. First of all, because it shows how interested the jury is in frescoes from the 9th century, because these are the frescoes you can find in this church in Naxos. So I can see that there's great interest in this art, and it is especially fantastic because this was a cooperative project with the Swiss, for example, with the Greek, and we had this euphoria for antique times. We tried to breathe new life into these frescoes, and I am very, very happy to have received this award. Thank you very much.
The second Grand Prix goes to Cultural Leap Education Program from Finland.
This is a big, big honor. I'm really happy for our work, and kiitos also in Finnish. I would like to just share our mission with you. All the kids and youth have a right for cultural heritage, and it's not only that they have a right to learn or admire, but also to participate, also to define it. So if all we people in this room, me and you, work for that, it will be a better place for European youngsters in the future. Thank you.
Commissioner, your turn.
The third Grand Prix goes to EPIC, European Protocol in Preventive Conservation, coordinated in Versailles in research.
So, vielen Dank. Wir freuen uns sehr.
Thank you. We are very happy to have received this award and to be able to accept it in Berlin tonight. It is a great honor.
And Europa Nostra, on behalf of EPICO team, the network of European Royal Residencies, the Centro per la Conservazione e il Restauro La Venaria Reale, the Palace of King Jan III at Wilanów, the Palace of Versailles and its research center. Some of them are here tonight. I would like to thank in particular the project manager Danilo Forleo, Nadia Francaviglia, and our partners. A big thank you goes to the directors and manager of Versailles who believed in our project. We are very glad and very grateful to the jury that they recognized the challenges involved in achieving the triennial research program in 3 different museums and 4 European nations. A particular thanks to the network of European Royal Residencies. Nous espérons que cette reconnaissance nous permettra de continuer à préserver le patrimoine grâce à la recherche et à la...
Thanks to this award, we can keep on this work within the European Protocol of Preventive Conservation. Thank you very much.
Maestro, your turn now.
The 4th Grand Prix goes to private water owners of Argual and Tazacorte, Canary Islands, Spain.
Mr. Federal President, Mr. European Commissioner, Admiradísimo Maestro, Presidente Europa Nostra, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for us it's such a great honor to receive this award. It is such a great honor to be here because La Palma is a small island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 1,050 kilometers away from mainland, but it's Europe. Europe in heart and soul, because for over 500 years we felt that Europe was with us, is with us. Thanks to all those past generations, thanks to all this present generation, and a great hope for future generations. It's Europe. We share our values, we share our lives, we share our future. It's our common goal. Thank you very much.
So the 5th envelope for Commissioner Navracic.
So the 5th Grand Prix goes to Dr. Barnes Sanatorium Braunlage Harz.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. First of all, I want to thank Europa Nostra for their incredible work. I think it's very important to society, and I must say, for this, we are rather surprised to get the prize for this small project. But I think in its smallness, there is something very powerful, and I think the idea of protecting and making important small things as well as the big things. Often conservation is focused on important monuments. But I think for the future, we have to take care of everything. We have to take care of our physical environment. And as architects, this is something which is our pleasure and our joy, and something that is natural to us. I'm often asked, as a modern architect, why we are so interested in working in the protection of buildings. And the difference is that the protecting of buildings is a much more collaborative process. When you design a building, it's somehow very autobiographical. You are, in a way, you're fighting for your own ideas. When you are protecting things, you're protecting things in a sort of shared manner. And the collaboration and the atmosphere and the spirit that often surrounds these projects is something that we miss so often in our other work. It's always a joy to work with clients like this who take the task so seriously, with workmen that take the task so seriously, and with everybody else. And I think this is something which is important as as we struggle with complex issues of sustainability and issues of our environment. Projects like this show us how, in a very modest way, people coming together and taking care and making things important, making everyday things important, and making our history part of our future and our environment. That's what gives us an enormous joy. I want to finally thank the team. Anke is here, who really did the hard work. I'm just coming to take the prize. And Sasha Schwartz, who was the director in charge. Thank you very much.
For the sixth envelope.
And the sixth Grand Prix go to Mrs. Tom Sinding Steinsvik from Norway.
Oh, thank you very, very much. It is overwhelming. When I introduced myself, I used to say, I am Blåfarberverket. The prize is given to me personally, but the heart of the matter is the Industrial Museum Blåfarberket. This is a great privilege to be able to use one's energy, process, and skills in a creative process like this. Who would have thought 50 years ago this could happen, me standing here today, filled with joy and being this receiver of this special prize. I can thank you very much.
The last envelope, the seventh and the final Grand Prix. Commissioner, can you unveil? where it goes.
But we're going to have some new next year, huh? So it's not the final one. We're going to have some new Grand Prix next year as well. Hopefully. Good. So this year's final Grand Prix is the Bach Fortress, Bach, Serbia.
Thank you so much. Thank you, first of all, for European Commission and our dear Europa Nostra, because they gave us the opportunity to be here tonight with you. For us, for our team, the conservation of Bach Fortress was our story. But at this moment, our story has become a fairy tale, because we are so honored that this fairy tale, for this moment, has become our reality for young conservators, for young researchers, for craftsmen, for local community, for organizations, for all of us, for our country, and for as a part of Europe. Many thanks on behalf of Provincial Institute for the Protection of Cultural Monuments, for our key partners, Faculty of Technology from University of Novi Sad, Municipality of Bach, and Museum of Vojvodina for their heartfelt contribution for interdisciplinarity in field and integrated conservation. And for all of involved, they know who you are. Thank you for the heart, for the bottom of my heart. Hvala, danke, and thank you, and gracias, and thank you.
Here for one group photo with Maestro Domingo and Commissioner Navracic. All 7 Grand Prix winners. Please join us here. 7 Grand Prix winners, yes. The photographer is there, so please. We have 4 ladies. That's perhaps you go a little bit. You go further. Follow. Yes. That would be good. I think you should go a little bit, a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Go a little bit closer. Closer? Felix, a little bit closer. I would like to ask Maestro Domingo and Commissioner to stay with us because we have one more award to hand out. Please join me here. This award has been chosen through an online vote by people across Europe. And this special award will be announced by Professor Dr. Hermann Partzinger, President of the Stiftung Preußischer Kulturbesitz, who we are very proud has recently been elected as the new Executive President of Europa Nostra.
Herr Bundespräsident,
Federal President, Commissioner Navracsics.
Time for the last award of the evening. It is my great pleasure as the new Executive President of Europa Nostra to present the Public Choice Award 2018. Following the announcement of the 30 winners last month, more than 6,500 votes were cast on the Europa Nostra website. But which of these great projects was the most popular among the citizens of Europe? We were touched by the voters' words of enthusiasm, admiration, in support of this year's winners. The messages that they left while voting demonstrate the strong emotional ties that people have to heritage, not only to the heritage in their own country, but also, in a wider sense, to the heritage of Europe. One voter wrote, I quote, "Our European cultural heritage is unique in this world, and we must keep it in good order for this and for the next generation." We couldn't agree more. We must work hard to continue on with our important mission to keep up the momentum and to ensure the lasting legacy of the European Cultural Heritage Summit. And now, time to reveal the 3 projects which have received the most votes. In 3rd place is St. Wenceslav Rotunda, Prague, Czech Republic. In 2nd place is the collaborative conservation of the apse mosaic of the Transfiguration in the Basilica at St. Catherine's Monastery, Sinai, Egypt, Greece, Italy. But which of our award winners did receive the most votes? Let me start by telling you that the winner is not one of the 7 Grand Prix winners. I can also reveal that the winner is in category conservation and that it covers both man-made and natural aspects of our heritage. We are also delighted that the winner comes from a country represented here in Berlin tonight by its Minister of Culture. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Public Choice Award 2018 is the Botanical Garden of the National Palace of Queluz in Sintra, Portugal. Minister de Castro Mendes, would you please join us? As we have the Minister of Culture present here tonight, please, Minister de Mendes Castro, would you join us?
So, what an evening of emotions. Now I can just, please, if you can just take your seat for a moment, and this is the moment that I would like to invite His Excellency, the Federal President, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, to join us on stage for a group photo with all our award laureates. This is the end of this wonderful evening, and we want to leave you again with some music, with Shostakovich's joyful waltz performed by the European Union Youth Orchestra. Enjoy the rest of this festive evening and the rest of the first ever European Cultural Heritage Summit, Sharing Heritage, Sharing Values. Auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and good night.